All right, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Hey, we're going to start out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Around the brother Karab, to my right.
Hey, the brother, you know, Allah.
Hey, we coming at y'all, man, with a beautiful lesson, man, just going into women. It's pretty much, man, it's time to get in order, you know. It's time to really just get in order, man, you know. Because, man, we coming into the end times. Things are heating up. Prophecy is coming. And a lot of you women going to be running around here like a chicken with your head cut off, not knowing what to do. Because you don't have two things. You don't have the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you also don't have a man of the Lord, man. You know, you need those two things to survive, man. You need guidance because you are the weaker vessel. Forget all the voting and the feminist movements and all these things that this so-called white man has gifted you with, you know, which is only a limited time offer. But you gotta come back to the ordinance of the scriptures, man. You know. All right, you're not here to be number one, man. All right, you're not here to be self-centered. Everything don't evolve around you women. You know, and the scriptures is gonna contradict that, man. But we got this video. We're gonna play this video first. We're gonna bring our precepts. Lord, will you edified?
Hey, this Deuteronomy 28 and 56.
Oh yeah, that video. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, play that video first.
Okay, come.
This is for educational purposes only. Good, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wives. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers. Because they are single, they're single mother. They like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be so you don't need to depend on no man. Get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife. The same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wives. And you married.
Yo, hey, the video speaks for itself, man. You know? And that's simple instructions right there, man. Basic. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, a woman, she's not a basic creature. You know, this is an unstable creature, man. You know? Like I said earlier, everything revolves around her. She don't know how to love her kids properly. She don't know how to just cook, clean, bring her kids under the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai. She don't know the proper instructions, man. But guess what? That's why we here as men of the Lord. You know, what it say, the Lord will feed you with pastors according to his heart. And it's pretty much what we just gonna break down, man. Get that Deuteronomy.
Okay, so this Deuteronomy 28 and 56 in the AMP.
Right.
It says the most refined.
Now you can read it in the KJV.
All right,
just so they can go and look at it and then just jump to the AMP.
This Deuteronomy 28 in the KJV, starting in verse 56. It says the tender and delicate woman among you,
right, which
would not Salakia, who would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband.
And that's the feminine nature of a woman, man. Feet don't even touch the ground, man. Tender and delicate, you know. All that is characteristics of feminism, man, that belongs to a woman, you know. But what the scripture's about to say, keep going, brother.
It says, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right. So when you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter, all right, 1 through 15 is the blessings, but 15 on down to 68 is the curses. And the Lord said it shall come to pass. And the reason why we're going through these curses, right, is mainly, you know, that one right there being a major thorn in our side, because Eve is Esau's number one pet, man. You know, his weapon is that woman. And he used it against us real well. You know, the only way we could be able to overcome these women is through wisdom, but he used that tactic really well, man. You know, what it say, what is stronger, the woman in First Esdras? You know, the woman being stronger, man. You know, she a deadly, she can be a major stumbling block unto men, man. But all that is a part of the curses. I should be evil towards who, brother?
Yep, it says back in Deuteronomy 28 and 56, it says her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right, the head of the household, which is the husband, her eye should be evil. She should always nag, pick, always got something to say, always want to start arguments and be petty. That toxic relationship, man. Toxic ain't nothing but demonic. It's demon. You know, it's an unstable mindset, man. And if you dealing with a man or a Lord, man, hey, politely, hey, matter of fact, respectfully, we don't deal with that shit, man. You know, that's America, man. That's of the world. You know, we spiritual men, high maintenance men, man. We men of the Lord. We belong to Yahweh Shema Shai. So you gotta come correct, or you get left behind, man. You got it, brother.
It says her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Right, so her whole household. And just like the man, he asked them women, he like, man, y'all women don't even know how to be wives, man. Because the woman before you, which is your mother, big mama, whoever over you, before you taught you, you know, poison you with the American mindset of thinking you don't need a man. When your car break down, when you feeling a woman, man, she was being followed by a guy, but to protect herself, she had to get with another man.
Yeah, I seen it.
Right, and he was on her heels, boy. He almost had her, you know. But the Lord did that on purpose, because it's the Lord who stirs up the judgment to put fear into our people. And the Lord, hey, he stirs it up, man. So pretty much, man, he had her heart racing. She had to hurry up and just find, she don't care who it is, could have been a homeless man. Long as she just found the man. You know? Stop believing in these American philosophies, man, because all it's going to do is contradict yourself and make you look stupid. Because when that heat is on, you going to need a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's it on there.
Yep, on the 56, you want me to read the AMP?
Yeah, brother, read it in the AMP.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 50,
I'm going to come behind you.
56 in the AMP. It says, the most refined and well-bred woman among you who would not venture to set the sole of her foot on the ground because she is so delicate and pampered.
Right.
And that's ultimately like how women in ancient time was treated, man. You know what I'm saying, on the high pedestal to, you know what I'm saying, where they soles of their foot didn't even want to touch the ground, man.
Right.
Come on, how beautiful is that?
Right. Man, meanwhile, man, he be wearing those shoes at Walgreens, man.
You hear me?
Twerking out in public with no shoes on Beale Street, man. On Bird Concrete with piss and shit everywhere.
Come on, with man feet, horse feet, man.
Right.
Yep. with bunions.
Right. Kevin Durant feet.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to Deuteronomy 28 and 56, it says, because she is so delicate and pampered, will be cruel and hostile toward the husband she cherished and toward her son and daughter.
So cruel and hostile, man. A lot of breakups and divorces come from the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians. Out of all the races, man, we the only people. I mean, out of all the nations, out of all the nations, we the only people. Israel is the only people that got problems with their women, man. and we break up for the most pettiest things.
Yeah. Hey, Esau, Edom, his woman, the Edomite woman, they respect the Edomite man. But you know they secretly love us. But you know they don't get that mouth, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know ultimately, you know, we say like some of the Northern Kingdom women, they in order, but you know them curses still hit them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Cause they held themselves. They still,
Mm-hmm.
no woman is in order, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the only way a woman will be in order is when that time of trouble comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's some of you women, because man, some of you women gonna taste judgment.
Yeah.
Some of y'all gotta go, cause you already turned aside to Satan.
Mm-hmm.
I got this junk right here. It's Genesis 3:16. You done with that?
Yeah.
It's Genesis 3:16 in the NLT.
Oh, this beautiful.
They say, then he said to the woman,
Mm-hmm.
I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth.
Mm-hmm.
And you would desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. So
Mm.
instead of a peaceful household, you fighting with this creature, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, you dealing with an unstable creature, man. Though she open her arms to you, though she tell you she love you, hey, get that, brother. Heart snares. Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
A woman's heart is snares. You know? Because, man, hey, a lot of these women, man, they come in their spirit of a serpent, man. You know? And this is just us, man, as younger brothers, man, we come into this truth. Hey, it shine more and more light on the wickedness of a woman and her tactics that she used to try to desire to control you. Like Genesis just said. Genesis 3:16.
Hold on, select it.
My bro.
I might just overlook it.
I know it's in let's say center. Escape. Yeah, cause it hold on.
Select it.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Select it.
You good, brother.
And this is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman
Right.
whose heart is snares and nets,
Mm-hmm.
and her hands bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Yeah,
Hey, but the sinner shall be taken by her, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing about a woman, man, she's very crafty, seductive. You know, she think you would think she love you, but she got a whole different motive, and the motive is to the desirement of controlling you, man.
Yeah.
You know, playing you like an action figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, cause just going back to their point, like how these women, you know, just out of order, cause ultimately what they're not raised right, by their mothers, because they wasn't raised right, and this has happened to our nation because we have discontinued from our heritage, from our laws and statutes and commandments. That's why we have to read Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
You know, because them the list of what of the blessings if we hearken unto the Lord, but also the list of the curses if we didn't, man. So these are the curses that's going on, man. But our women that call themselves believing in the Most High, you know what I'm saying, a God, claiming that they're a God-fearing woman, you know, hey, it's time for y'all to get in order, man. Because hey, we're finna enter into some evil times, some heartbreaking times, man. But you got it though, what?
Hey, man, go ahead, get that Lamentations 4 and 3.
Okay, come. This is Lamentations. It's like it, chapter 4 and verse 3. And it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Right, hey. Even nature itself, right? Like the brother Talmud say, art imitates life. Nature itself teaches you how to properly deal with your children. Even the animals, even though they're beasts, they properly deal with their children in a proper way. They're young, you know. But here it is. Jake can't even, you know, an Israelite woman she worse than the ostrich, man.
Yeah. No,
And one thing-
she is
Right.
as a
She
ostrich.
asked the ostrich, but in human form, she worse.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause majority of these women, man, dealing with kids, they always on the news, leaving kids in the car,
Come.
in the hot weather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, but if the scriptures do make sense, because hey, we in that wilderness, right? And they is, hey, you ask the ostrich, man.
Mhm.
And one thing about an ostrich, man, she'll crush her own young, man.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if Barbara Kashaf, if you got the little Google, you can look up what the ostrich do, because when they lay their eggs, you know, let's see what the Google gonna tell you about an ostrich. What happened when they lay their egg? Because it was a metaphor, you know, a similar metaphor comparing our women with as a cruel beast like an ostrich, man. Because hey, like the brother teaching you, nature itself teach you how life itself works in itself. You see, because certain animals, right, when they give birth to their young, the young will eat their mother. You know what I'm saying? So nature itself will teach you that, hey, life can also be cruel, but it's balanced within it too. You know, but we could learn from those experiences. So you got it though, right?
Man, I'm still trying to look it up,
Yeah,
man.
when the ostrich lay an egg. Well, ultimately, you know, when a female ostrich, when she lay her egg, she hide it in the dirt, you know, and ultimately don't come back to it, don't come back to it. And that's how, like the brother was explaining, how these women is, these Keishas, you know what I'm saying, they go back to the club, you know, or go see they side nigga leave their kids in the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or Keisha, she'll work for a daycare, have 4 or 5 kids in a van, doing God, what they say, Lord knows what.
Right, Lord knows what. Bro.
And now all 7 of the kids on news because they died in a van. You know what I'm saying? Because of the heat exhaustion, man.
Right.
Hey, our women are through, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of our women are through, man. We have a small remnant, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be saved, you know, the elect lady. But most of our women, man, it's time for y'all to get in order, man.
Right.
Yep, come. If not, it's all good, huh?
Man, I still be trying to find that thing, man.
Okay.
Yep. Got something.
Okay, come.
Alright, this is from https tips.translation.bible. What does like ostriches, ostrich, how you say it?
Ostriches.
Ostriches
Mhm.
in the wilderness mean?
Mhm.
Cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness is a proverbial understanding of the ostrich as used in Job 39:14-18. It was assumed that the ostrich laid her eggs and abandoned them to be stepped on.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, hey, look at the girl that he was talking to.
Yeah.
A lot of those women, even when he broke it down to, he said, man, you women ain't even being taught the right way.
Come on
You
now.
taught to pretty much be single mothers. She said, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She had she was convicted.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
But it tells you in the scriptures, get that, brother, deprived her of wisdom.
Okay.
Yep, that junk she was trying to bring her out.
Job.
Let you know how weak a woman is, man. You know, who did Satan go to, man? He went to the woman during the time of Adam and Eve, man. You know, what it say? Adam not being deceived, but Eve was deceived,
Yeah.
man.
So this is Job 39:17.
Mhm.
It says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom,
Right.
neither have he imparted to her understanding.
Right, so that's not your lot.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? You're made to be taught. You know? You're made to be taught, man.
Yep.
That's just how you was made.
Mhm.
You see? Hey, proof of that, brother. You read that. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and get that Sirach I sent you. What was it, man? Was it Sirach 42:11?
Yeah, 42:11.
Yeah, you gotta damn near keep eye on the woman.
Yeah.
Like a
got
child, man.
to. Got to. Hey, this Sirach 42:11, it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Right.
Yeah, and if I may add too,
You got
because our women are like daughters, because ultimately, guess what? As your husband,
Right.
we become like your father, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Once you leave your father under your father's house under your husband, So you have to obey his rules, man. So we have to keep watch over y'all like daughters.
Man.
So going back to this is Sirach 42:11. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
Man.
And it says, in a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Hey, like the brother saying, a lot of our women adulterers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got side niggas, main niggas that pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, niggas that bring them breakfast in the morning, niggas that bring them door dashes to work.
Yeah.
They got a nigga for everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just living good in America. But sooner or later, that's gonna be dead, man, because the judgment shall come back, man. More expedient than ever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? More quickly than ever, man. No more would you women live deliciously, man. You know? And then here it is, when you do confront her about it, you got another Jake texting your phone, you arguing with another Jake about a girl, you know, that's a whore pretty much.
Yeah.
So now you being laughed at, the whole hood, the whole streets laughing at. She for the streets.
Yeah, she for the streets.
Now the whole streets laughing at you, because everybody done got a piece of them, man. And you thinking you got something special. What you say? It ain't yours. It's just your turn, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Hey, I got some too real quick.
Alright.
Hey, this is Proverbs, right? Salaki, this Proverbs 7. I started like 12. It says, now is she without, now in the streets, and live wait at every corner.
Mm-hmm.
So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face and said unto him, I have peace offerings with me this day. I have paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently and to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with the coverings of tempers, and with carved works, and with fine linen of Egypt. And that's ultimately what going into our women attire, man. And look how our women are dressing to this day. You know what I'm saying? Here in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon, man,
Right.
with their attire, dressing like hoes, shameless, walking around here shameless, man,
Looking like the heathens.
looking like,
You know, when you look at Africa and them, man, them women be having their breast out, man.
Yeah.
We ain't no damn Africans, man.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They let you know we ain't them other nations, man. We don't behave ourselves like them. We have wisdom.
Yeah.
To walk with your goodies out is not wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You begging for somebody to snatch you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's either two things, a mating call or you begging for somebody to snatch you up, man.
Yeah.
But mainly you begging somebody to snatch you up because a lot of you women be having men.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Hey, this is 1 Timothy 5 and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
It says, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Hey, it really don't need no breakdown, man, because a lot of you women, you love pleasure. You love the lust of life. You know, you like a kid at a candy store. You got to have it. You got to have this, that, and that. You got to try every flavor, man. What it say, brother? Get that Johnny and say she wiping her mouth and she do nothing wrong. And this is a rock.
Too.
Yeah, like 25, I think.
Okay, let me see. It's a rock 26. I think it's a 26. Okay. All right. Hey, this a rock 20. Hold on. She wiping her face.
Proverbs 30 and 20.
Proverbs. Okay.
Yeah.
Salaki. This
Salaki too, man.
This is Proverbs 30.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, this is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Right.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Right, here it is, man. You know, we did a lesson with Yakin Nun going into the woman. Jake was like, leave my woman alone, bro. You know, he was crying.
Yeah.
Just leave her alone. Yeah, it was another similar video like that. Man, Jake was at school. It was a Issachar and it was a Jake. You know, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom. And he was, Northern Kingdom came to him about his girl. He said, hey, man, you know, you always got my girl doing your homework. He was like, man, she don't do nothing but just help me. He like, I don't care, bro. Just leave her alone, man. You know, he started crying. And everybody was laughing. Like, you know, the woman just make you look like a joke, man. You know? That's why I say, man, if you got a woman, just be as though you have none, man. And if you don't got one, don't go seeking for one. Because it's just more problems, man.
Yeah.
You know, more problems, more obstacles you got to go through to get with her. You know? You got to down there do bungee jumping and galloping and army obstacle course to just get with this girl. Meanwhile, she didn't slept with 4, 5 bodies. You let that nigga Terry bone off of the woods.
Yeah.
You let that nigga Terry bone. I
hey,
know I'm better than that nigga.
Come on. Hey, you seen the little skit where they had Jake laying in the bed with Eve and they had the little body count on the forehead and stuff.
Man.
Come on, man. Like you said, man. hey, through the roof, man.
Right.
Hey, it's crazy. So I read a Proverbs 30:20 again. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Right.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness.
Right, but hey, what it tells you, all wickedness is little, but the wickedness of a woman. You know? Like women, man, they be in tune in a lot of things, man. You know, women be doing a lot of wickedness.
I'm trying on them.
Man, they do. Shoot, you just had a brother. Well, my bad, Salaki, he wasn't no brother. Just had a damn demon, you know, call himself chief priest. He was exposed by a woman. You see what I'm saying? In an ugly manner, man. You know, a ridiculous, disgusting manner. But here it is. That woman that had no problem doing it. You know, so it's like, man, these women, bro, you gotta, man. Hey, just fear the Lord, man. That's the only way how you can escape these women. And you women that's coming in trying to learn. Hey, if you want to get right, you're going to have to fear Yahweh about Shema Shah, man. That's pretty much what the lesson going into, get in order. But as a Jake, man, hey, just fear the Lord, man. The Lord will bless you with a virtuous woman, man. It's a gift. You know? Shoot.
Hey, I got one.
You got it, my brother.
All right, this thing with this first. Yep, this First Corinthians 11. I started 1. It says, "But be ye followers of me, even as I am of Hamashiach."
Right.
Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the orders as I have delivered them to you. And that's what we're doing as prophets, man. We're delivering what the ordinance to our people, man. What to start with the order, what the men, then the women, okay, and then the children, man.
First
So
Corinthians 11:7.
we hear, hey, but no, I ain't always we're trying to get to there, but hey, we could get to there though.
Right.
This is First Corinthians 11. I read verse 3 because it says, "But I will have you know."
Right.
Yep.
Salaki is verse 3.
Yep. Hey, it not verse 7 too. It repeat the same thing.
Okay.
Yep. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High."
In their order.
Yeah.
The Lord didn't put you over none.